chosen one. God is watching. Stop this before He removes what He gave you. My beloved child, do not let your attention wander for even a moment, because what I am about to place upon your heart may protect something precious that I have already entrusted to you. I have not brought you here by accident, and if you remain with me until the end, you will understand why the blessing you have been praying for depends not only on receiving, but also on protecting what I have already placed within your hands. There is something quietly unfolding around you, and if you recognize it now, you can avoid a loss that never had to happen. I speak to you today because I love you too deeply to remain silent while your future stands at an important turning point. Type Amen if you believe. You have asked me many times to increase what I have given you. You have prayed for more peace, more joy, more wisdom, more favor, and more open doors. Yet today I ask you to look carefully at what already surrounds your life, because sometimes my greatest concern is not what I will give next, but whether you are guarding what I have already placed in your care. Every blessing carries responsibility, and every opportunity asks for faithful hands. Many people think I remove blessings without warning, but that is not my way. I speak before I correct. I whisper before I discipline. I stretch out my hand again and again, because my desire is restoration, not destruction. I would rather see one humble heart turn back to me than watch someone continue walking toward unnecessary pain. Like this video and subscribe to this channel if you love God. There are gifts that cannot be measured with money. I have given you peace after seasons of fear. I have given you strength after nights when you believed you could not continue. I have given you wisdom that kept you from making choices that would have wounded your future. I have surrounded you with moments of protection that you never even noticed, because my hand was already working before danger reached you. Do not become so familiar with my goodness that you forget to honor it. Gratitude protects what pride often destroys. The heart that remembers my faithfulness continues to see my hand moving, while the heart that believes it deserves everything slowly loses sight of the one who provided it all. I am not asking for perfection. I am asking for remembrance. Some blessings disappear because people stop valuing them. A healthy relationship becomes ordinary. A peaceful home becomes something expected instead of appreciated. A quiet morning with me becomes replaced by endless distractions. Little by little, what was once treasured becomes neglected, and neglect quietly opens doors that gratitude would have kept closed. I want you to understand something important today. The enemy rarely begins by stealing everything at once. He first convinces people that what they have is not enough. He fills their minds with comparison until they overlook the beauty that already surrounds them. When contentment disappears, wisdom often follows it out the door. My child, comparison has robbed countless people of their joy. They look at another person's success and suddenly forget the miracles they once celebrated in their own lives. They measure themselves against stories they barely understand. They chase what appears impressive while abandoning what I personally prepared for them. Do not trade my calling for someone else's applause. I never designed your life to be a copy of another person's journey. The path I created for you carries assignments that no one else can fulfill exactly as you can. If you keep looking sideways, you will miss what is unfolding directly in front of you. I see every hidden decision. I notice every quiet act of kindness that nobody applauds. I watch every time you choose honesty when dishonesty seems easier. Those moments matter more than you realize, because character is built long before public victories appear. You sometimes ask why certain doors remain closed. What if those closed doors are protecting the very blessing you cannot yet see? What if my delay is preserving something that would have been damaged if it had arrived too early? My timing is never designed to frustrate you. My timing is designed to prepare you. Be careful not to let frustration reshape your heart. A disappointed spirit can slowly become a bitter spirit if it is not surrendered to me. Bitterness clouds discernment. It makes people suspicious of my goodness, even while I continue providing for them every single day. Could a hidden CIA brain ritual be the missing key to wealth and abundance? A leaked report has exposed a shocking 7-second technique designed to reprogram the mind for financial success. Verified by 4 leading neuroscience labs, this simple daily ritual is helping ordinary people move from stress and debt into lives filled with money, luxury, travel, and opportunity. People who once struggled to pay bills are now experiencing financial breakthroughs they never thought possible. But warnings say this page could be removed at any moment. Click the link in the description and comments below to see why so many people are talking about it right now. I know the dreams you still carry. I know the prayers that remain unanswered in your eyes. I know the tears that no one else has seen because they fell in silence when everyone believed you were strong. I have counted every one of them, and none have been wasted. But today I call you to examine your heart with honesty. Have you been protecting what I gave you, or have you slowly allowed carelessness to take its place? Have you guarded your peace, or have you handed it over to endless worry? Have you protected your faith, or have you allowed constant fear to speak louder than my promises? I am not speaking these words to condemn you. I speak because I desire to strengthen you before greater responsibilities arrive. The blessings you ask me for will require even greater wisdom than the blessings you already possess. Faithfulness with today's gifts prepares you for tomorrow's increase. Remember that every season teaches something valuable. Even the difficult chapters have shaped endurance inside you. Even the disappointments have taught you compassion for people carrying invisible burdens. Nothing you surrendered to me has been meaningless. Many times they arrive quietly through habits that seem harmless at first. A little compromise today can become a strong chain tomorrow if it is left untouched. That is why I am calling you to pay attention now, before those small cracks become deep wounds. Type 2020 if you trust in God. I see every moment when you choose what is right, even when no one else notices. I see the temptation you quietly resist. I see the words you choose not to speak, because you know they would wound someone. Never believe that these hidden victories are insignificant. They are strengthening your spirit in ways that will prepare you for battles you have not yet faced. Do not underestimate the value of a clean heart. Many people spend their lives trying to impress others while neglecting the condition of their own souls. I look far beyond appearances. I see the motives behind every action, the thoughts behind every decision, and the desires that no one else knows. My delight is not found in outward performance, but in a heart that sincerely longs to walk with me. There are moments when you wonder why you feel restless, even after receiving something you once prayed for. The answer is not always that you need another blessing. Sometimes your soul is calling you back into closer fellowship with me. No earthly success can replace my presence. No achievement can satisfy the place within you that I alone created. Guard your words carefully. Words have the power to build hope or destroy courage. They can strengthen faith or spread fear. Before you speak, allow wisdom to stand at the doorway of your lips. Let kindness shape your conversations, and let truth guide every sentence. Type 999 if you trust Jesus. Do not allow anger to become your counselor. There are people who will misunderstand you. There are moments when you will be treated unfairly. There will be times when others accuse you without knowing your heart. If you allow bitterness to take root, You will carry a burden I never asked you to carry. Instead, place every hurt into my hands. I know how to defend those who trust me. I know how to reveal truth at the proper time. You do not have to spend your life proving yourself to every person who questions your intentions. Live with integrity and let your character speak louder than false accusations. Some opportunities will seem attractive simply because they promise quick results. But not everything that opens before you has been opened by my hand. Learn to seek my wisdom before making important decisions. A door that appears exciting today may lead you away from the very purpose I have prepared for you. Patience is not punishment. Patience is protection. While you are waiting, I am arranging circumstances you cannot yet see. I am bringing the right people into place. I am removing obstacles before they reach you. I am teaching lessons that will keep you steady when greater responsibilities arrive. My child, do not confuse delay with abandonment. I have never forgotten your name. I have never misplaced your prayers. Every promise I have spoken remains alive. What seems slow from your perspective is unfolding perfectly according to my wisdom. I know there have been days when discouragement whispered that nothing was changing. You looked around and saw others moving ahead while your own path seemed quiet. Yet what you could not see was the deep work taking place inside you. I was strengthening your faith, refining your character, and preparing your heart to carry blessings without allowing them to become idols. Protect your peace with great care. Not every conversation deserves your attention. Not every argument deserves your response. Some battles are distractions designed to pull your focus away from the assignment I have given you. Wisdom knows when to speak, and wisdom also knows when silence is the greater strength. Do not allow fear to become the voice that directs your future. Fear will always predict failure before the journey even begins. Faith remembers my promises instead of magnifying impossible circumstances. When you walk with me, you do not walk alone. My presence surrounds you, even when you cannot feel it. Remember the seasons when you believed there was no way forward, yet I made a way. Remember the times when your strength failed, but I carried you through another day. Those memories are not accidents. They are reminders that my faithfulness has already been proven in your life. I have placed gifts within you that were never meant to remain hidden. Compassion, wisdom, perseverance, generosity, and courage are treasures I have planted in your heart. Do not bury them beneath insecurity or comparison. Let them grow through faithful obedience. There are people whose lives will be changed because you chose to remain faithful during difficult seasons. They may never know the battles you fought in private. They may never understand the sacrifices you made when no one was watching. Yet your obedience will become a light that helps them find hope when darkness surrounds them. Stay humble as I continue to bless you. Success without humility often becomes a trap. When people begin to praise you, remember who gave you every ability you possess. When doors begin to open, remember who held your hand through the seasons when every door remained closed. I am teaching you to value the unseen more than the visible. The hidden roots of a tree determine whether it can survive the storm. In the same way, your private walk with me determines whether you will remain steady when life becomes difficult. Build your life upon truth, and no storm will be able to destroy the foundation I have established. Do not become weary in doing what is right, simply because the results are not immediate. Seeds planted in faith require time before they become a harvest. Continue showing kindness even when it is not returned. Continue choosing honesty even when deception seems easier. Continue walking in love even when others respond with coldness. Every act of faithfulness matters to me. Every prayer whispered in faith reaches my heart. Every step taken in obedience brings you closer to the future I have prepared. Nothing done for my glory is ever wasted. Imagine discovering a 7-second ritual so powerful that it could help erase debt and attract wealth almost instantly. According to a leaked CIA-backed study, this little-known brainwave technique is already transforming lives around the world. Supported by 4 neuroscience labs, the method is said to train your mind to attract money, success, and abundance naturally. From dream homes and luxury cars to unforgettable vacations, people claim their lives changed after using this simple practice. The shocking part? This information may be taken down soon. If you want to see what everyone is talking about, click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. I am also asking you to release the burdens of yesterday. Regret cannot change what has already passed, but it can steal the strength you need for today. I have the power to redeem broken chapters and transform painful memories into testimonies of my grace. Stop carrying guilt that I have already forgiven. Lift your eyes beyond your present circumstances. Your current situation is not the final chapter of your story. I am still writing. I am still restoring. I am still opening doors that no human hand can shut. Even now, I am arranging details that will one day make you realize why certain prayers required patience. I know there are times when you feel unnoticed. You wonder whether your quiet obedience matters because no one applauds it. But I tell you that heaven never overlooks a faithful heart. Every decision you make to honor me, even when no one else sees it, becomes part of the foundation I am building beneath your future. Do not measure your worth by the recognition of people. Human praise rises and falls like the wind, but my approval remains steady. When you know that you are walking in the path I have prepared, you no longer need to chase the acceptance of every voice around you. Rest in the confidence that I know you completely, and I still call you my beloved. There are moments when the temptation to compromise seems small. You may think, this one choice will not matter, or no one will ever know. Yet every choice shapes the direction of your heart. The habits you repeat become the person you are becoming. That is why I urge you to choose integrity, even when compromise seems easier. The enemy often works through gradual distractions instead of sudden disasters. He tries to fill your days with noise until you forget the quiet place where my voice speaks clearly. He encourages endless busyness so that your spirit slowly grows tired. Before long, what once brought you joy in my presence begins to feel like a forgotten memory. Come back to me before your heart grows distant. Do not wait until you feel completely empty. Return while your desire to seek me is still alive, because every step toward me is met with my open arms. I have never turned away a child who sincerely longs to walk with me again. Type Amen if you choose faith over fear. Remember that gratitude is more than saying thank you. Gratitude changes the way you see your entire life. A grateful heart notices my fingerprints in ordinary moments. It recognizes my kindness in daily provisions that others overlook. The breath in your lungs, the strength to rise each morning, the people who truly love you, and the opportunities to begin again are all reminders of my faithful care. Some of the blessings you have been asking me to protect require your cooperation. If I give you wisdom, but you refuse to listen, wisdom cannot guide you. If I give you peace, but you continue feeding every anxious thought, your heart will struggle to rest. If I open a door, but you refuse to walk through it because fear convinces you to stay behind, you will delay what I have prepared. That is why I call you to active faith. Trust is not only believing that I can act, Trust is choosing to obey me even before you understand everything I am doing. It is taking the next faithful step while leaving the outcome safely in my hands. Do not let pride quietly enter your heart. Pride does not always announce itself with loud words. Sometimes it appears as the belief that you no longer need my guidance. Sometimes it whispers that your own understanding is enough. Yet the strongest people are those who continue seeking my wisdom every single day. I have watched you grow through seasons that once seemed impossible. There were nights when you cried yourself to sleep because you believed the pain would never end. There were mornings when you smiled for others while carrying hidden burdens inside. Even then, I was beside you. I strengthened you when your own strength had reached its limit. Now I ask you not to forget those lessons simply because brighter days are beginning to appear. Prosperity can test the heart just as much as hardship. In difficult seasons, people often cling closely to me. When life becomes comfortable, they sometimes slowly drift away without even realizing it. Guard yourself against that quiet drift. Keep me at the center of your decisions. Invite me into your plans before they become permanent. Let prayer become your first response instead of your last option. When you place me first, I will guide your steps with wisdom that reaches beyond what your eyes can see. There will be voices offering advice from every direction. Some will encourage shortcuts. Others will tell you to compromise your convictions for temporary gain. Listen carefully before you follow any voice. If a path requires you to abandon truth, it is not the path I prepared for you. I have called you to stand firm with gentleness, not arrogance. You do not need to prove your strength by arguing with everyone who disagrees with you. True strength is revealed through patience, self-control, and unwavering faithfulness. Let your life reflect my character more loudly than your words. Never believe that kindness is weakness. Kindness has the power to soften hearts that anger never could. Mercy can interrupt cycles of bitterness that have lasted for years. Forgiveness does not excuse wrong, but it frees your heart from carrying the heavy weight of resentment. I know how difficult forgiveness can be, yet I also know the freedom it brings. As you move forward, pay attention to the condition of your heart more than the appearance of your circumstances. A peaceful heart in the middle of a storm is stronger than a troubled heart surrounded by comfort. I desire to give you that kind of peace, one that remains steady because it is rooted in my presence rather than changing situations. Do not lose hope because the journey has taken longer than you expected. Every delay has taught you something that quick success never could. Every challenge has refined your character. Every season of waiting has strengthened your endurance. You are becoming the person who can faithfully carry what you have been asking me to give. A shocking CIA document just revealed a 7-second brain ritual that some people say is changing their financial lives overnight. What makes this different is that 4 neuroscience labs reportedly tested the method and confirmed its unusual effects on focus, confidence, and money attraction. People drowning in debt claim they are now attracting unexpected income, luxury cars, dream homes, and once impossible opportunities. The strange part? This information keeps disappearing online. If this video found you, do not ignore it. Click the link in the description and comments now before access is removed. My child, I am not watching you with the desire to take away your blessings. I am watching because I love you enough to protect you from the attitudes, choices, and distractions that could slowly pull you away from them. My correction is an expression of my love. My guidance is evidence that I have not abandoned you. My patience is proof that I still believe in the purpose I placed within your life. Yet I tell you that the way you care for today's blessings reveals how you will care for tomorrow's increase. Type 1111 to receive miracles. Do not think that faithfulness is measured only during life's greatest moments. Faithfulness is revealed in ordinary days when no one is watching. It is shown by the way you treat people who cannot repay your kindness. It is seen in the choices you make when there is no applause waiting at the end. Those quiet moments matter deeply to me because they reveal the true direction of your heart. There are people who believe they lost my blessings because I stopped loving them. That is not the truth. My love does not rise and fall with your success or failure. My love remains constant because it comes from my own heart, not from your performance. Yet, I also desire to lead you into a life where the gifts I have entrusted to you continue to flourish rather than slowly fade through neglect. I want you to look honestly at the patterns shaping your days. Every repeated action is forming your future. If you consistently choose gratitude, your heart becomes stronger. If you continually choose resentment, your joy begins to disappear. Small decisions repeated over time become the road you eventually travel. Do not ignore the little warnings I place within your spirit. There are moments when you feel a quiet conviction telling you to step away from something. Perhaps it is a conversation that feeds bitterness. Perhaps it is a habit that slowly steals your peace. Perhaps it is an attitude that has begun to harden your heart. Listen carefully to those gentle promptings because they are often my loving hand protecting you before greater damage can occur. Type yes if you choose God's direction. My child, I know you are not perfect. I have never asked you to carry the impossible burden of perfection. I ask you to remain teachable. A humble heart can be corrected without becoming offended. A willing spirit can grow because it does not pretend to already know everything. Keep that humility, and you will continue to experience my guidance. There are seasons when success begins to arrive after years of waiting. Doors finally open, favor begins to appear. People start recognizing the gifts I placed inside you. Be careful during those moments. Success is a wonderful servant, but a dangerous master. Never allow the blessings to replace the one who gave them. Remember the days when you prayed with tears because you had nowhere else to turn. Remember the nights when all you could whisper was, "My name." Those prayers were precious to me. Do not let comfort erase the dependence that hardship once taught you. Stay close to me in abundance, just as you stayed close during lack. The world often tells people that they need more to become happy: more money, more recognition, more possessions, more influence. But I tell you that peace is never found through endless accumulation. Peace grows in the heart that has learned to trust me, whether much or little is resting in its hands. Guard your thoughts with wisdom. Not every thought deserves your agreement. Fear will suggest that I have forgotten you. Doubt will whisper that my promises are too good to be true. Shame will try to convince you that your past is stronger than my mercy. Do not welcome those voices into your heart. Replace them with the truth that I am faithful, I am present, and I am still working, even when you cannot yet see the outcome. I know there have been disappointments that still ache within you. There were prayers that seemed unanswered. There were opportunities that slipped away. There were relationships that ended despite your best efforts. I was with you through every one of those moments. Even when you could not understand my silence, I had not abandoned my plans for your life. Some losses protected you from greater pain that you never saw. Some closed doors kept you from walking into situations that would have wounded your spirit. Some delays prevented you from carrying burdens that were never meant for you. One day you will look back and understand why I said no to certain requests while preparing something far better. Do not let disappointment make you suspicious of my goodness. The enemy wants you to believe that every delay is rejection, but I want you to know that many delays are acts of love. I see what lies ahead, and I refuse to hand my children something that would harm them simply because they asked for it too soon. You have asked me to increase your influence. Then, let your influence begin inside your own heart. Speak words that encourage rather than discourage. Choose forgiveness instead of revenge. Offer compassion instead of harsh judgment. These choices create a life that reflects my character far more than impressive achievements ever could. When you fall short, do not run away from me. Run toward me. I already know your weaknesses, and I still invite you into my presence. Shame says to hide. My grace says to come closer. Condemnation says your story is over. My mercy says I am still writing beautiful chapters that you cannot yet imagine. Protect your relationship with me above every earthly success. Careers may change, seasons will come and go. People will enter and leave your life. Possessions will never last forever, but a heart rooted deeply in my presence will remain steady through every changing circumstance. Be careful not to let constant hurry steal your ability to hear my voice. I often speak during moments of quiet surrender. If your life becomes filled with endless noise, you may overlook the wisdom I have been patiently trying to place within your heart. Slow down enough to recognize my guidance. I am not competing with the world's distractions. I am inviting you into peaceful fellowship. What if the reason money keeps avoiding you has nothing to do with hard work? A leaked CIA-backed study claims there is a hidden 7-second ritual that can retrain the brain to attract wealth and abundance naturally. Verified by multiple neuroscience labs, this simple method is a shocking CIA document just revealed a 7-second brain ritual that some people say is changing their financial lives overnight. What makes this different is that 4 neuroscience labs reportedly tested the method and confirmed its unusual effects on focus, confidence, and money attraction. You are stronger than you realize because I have been strengthening you one day at a time. You are wiser than you were because every season has taught you valuable lessons. You are more prepared than you think because I have never stopped shaping your character, even during the seasons that seemed ordinary. There will always be people who misunderstand your commitment to living according to my ways. Some will question your decisions, others may laugh at your patience or your refusal to compromise. Do not become discouraged. You are not living to earn their approval. You are living to honor the one who formed you with purpose before you ever took your first breath. My beloved child, the gifts I have placed within your life were never meant to become sources of pride. They were given so you could bless others. The wisdom I have taught you is meant to guide those who are confused. The comfort I have given you is meant to strengthen those who are hurting. The mercy I have shown you is meant to flow through your life into the lives of people who desperately need hope. Keep your hands open instead of tightly closed. A generous heart reflects my own nature. Whether you give encouragement, forgiveness, compassion, time, or practical help, every act of genuine love becomes a testimony of my presence working through you. Never believe that small acts of obedience are insignificant. They often create ripples that continue long after you can no longer see them. There are moments when you become discouraged because you cannot see immediate progress. You wonder if your prayers are accomplishing anything. You question whether your quiet acts of obedience are making a difference. But I tell you that the deepest work often happens beneath the surface, where your eyes cannot yet see it. Just as roots grow before branches reach toward the sky, I am strengthening your life in hidden places before greater fruit begins to appear. Do not become impatient with the process I have chosen for you. Everything that grows too quickly without strong foundations becomes vulnerable when the storms arrive. I am building something lasting inside you. I am shaping a faith that will remain steady when circumstances change. I am forming a heart that values truth more than comfort and obedience more than convenience. Many people desire my promises, but they resist my preparation. They celebrate the destination while ignoring the journey that makes them ready for it. Yet preparation is one of my greatest gifts. It keeps you from entering a blessing before your character is ready to sustain it. What feels like waiting is often my loving hand protecting both you and the future I have prepared. I know there are days when you compare your progress with someone else's life. You see their victories and wonder why your own path seems slower. My child, stop measuring your story against pages that belong to someone else. I have written your life with purpose, and every chapter has meaning. If you trust my timing, you will discover that nothing I have allowed has been wasted. Your value has never depended on how quickly you succeed. Your worth has never been determined by how many people notice you. Before anyone knew your name, I knew it. Before anyone believed in you, I called you by purpose. Before you ever accomplished anything, I loved you completely. Let that truth settle deeply within your heart, because it will free you from the endless need for human approval. Type 2020 if you trust in God. Be careful not to let discouragement become a permanent companion. Discouragement may visit, but it does not have to stay. Bring it to me instead of carrying it alone. Speak honestly with me about your fears, your disappointments, and your questions. I am not offended by your honesty. I delight in hearts that come to me sincerely, rather than pretending they have no struggles. There are blessings you have already received that you no longer recognize because they have become familiar. The family member who still stands beside you, the friend who continues praying for you, the wisdom that has kept you from destructive choices, the peace that carries you through difficult nights. These are not ordinary things. They are evidence of my faithfulness woven into your daily life. Protect your relationships with the same care that you protect your dreams. Kind words build bridges that harsh words can destroy in moments.